Welcome to episode 2 of The Jennralist. I'm your host, Jennifer Wells. Gosh, I'm going cross eyed already just wearing these. Okay, I was trying to look all serious and now that threw me off. I have been sick. I make a terrible sick person. I'm just going to come out of the gate and tell y'all that. I am a weenie. Oh my gosh. I have had the worst week. I've had no energy. I feel like laying down right now, but I just have to get up and moving. I have to get up and get going again. I've been wiped out. I'm rarely sick, and I finally got what everybody else has. So, we're back to the mic. I'm going to do anything besides recording right now. What is it with me? Okay, I've had no energy this week. This is making me tired. Just the mic is making me tired. That is not right. That is not right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go with it because even just this is making me tired, y'all. I hope y'all are having a wonderful week so far. I have had a rough week. I've been sick. I got what everybody has. I got it. It has laid me out. Laid me out. Um, See, I've had brain fog. I've had brain fog all week. I had whatever everybody else has, and it has wiped me out. I feel like I'm tired and I shouldn't do this. I should just wait another day or two until I feel better. But, this whole week has been like this. I keep thinking I'm going to feel better tomorrow. I'll feel better tomorrow. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to keep rolling. I'm going to keep rolling. I've been tempted to hit stop and go back to bed. Okay, the brain fog has taken over. Brain sucker, starving to death, starving to death. Okay. And look, I'm convinced, y'all, I am convinced that I think I got sick because I came off of Evian. Okay, I've been doing a little financial reset for the fall, and you have to start somewhere. Okay, you have to start somewhere. And I have been hooked on these big, giant tubs of Evian water. Tubs. It's not a tub, it's a bottle. I almost said a jar. It's not a jar, it's a giant Evian bottle that big. And it has electrolytes. And I'm convinced that when I gave that up, I fell ill. I promise you, the same week that I gave it up, I fell ill. I will swear by it. So, although I am saving a ton of money, I think that my immunity lowered. I think my immunity lowered, and I got what everybody else has been sending back and forth, sending it around. So, anyway, I'm a little upset about the fact that I got sick, and I'm upset about giving up Evian. But I am saving a lot of money, like I said. So, you have to start somewhere. I started with that. Um, but yeah, so I've had brain fog. I've been sick this week, moping around, no energy. And so I'm back up and running. And yeah, so I know what else too. I think I may have gotten sick. Two things. No, three things. Three things made me sick. Okay. The Evian. But then, listen, y'all, I think I forced myself into a tizzy. I think that I got sick when I posted my videos. I have such anxiety. I worked myself to a tizzy, but I'm fine now. I think I think I'm fine. And then it's taken me 20 minutes to get like 4 minutes recorded of this second episode. Let me slow down. Brain fog. 3 reasons why I got sick. Number 1, I gave up Evian. Number 2, I did say number 2. I worked myself to a tizzy when I posted all of these videos. I was so nervous, and it's the computer stuff. It's the uploading. I love the edit part, but when it comes to the actual upload, there's something about it that just made me nervous. Nervous. But anyway, and look, my group just got home from school. Little baby Helen is home from school today, and so you'll hear them come in just a second. And I had to put everything on pause because I started supper. But while I was in there, I found my granny chain, and I was thinking, see, I need to turn my mic back on. Oh, and I forgot the little thing. Let me go get the little thing. Be right back. BRB. My hair stuck in my greasy lips. Okay. Let me compose myself. I mean, I literally walked to the kitchen. I literally walked to the kitchen, and I'm trying not to heavy breathe right now. I'm trying not to heavy breathe right now because I literally just walked to the kitchen and I'm wiped out. But, and I've got hair in my lip gloss. So, my lip oil. 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 Sometimes I say Earl. It's lip Earl or lip oil, however you pronounce it, but be sure to get some. It's great. Why is it great? It's great because it doesn't stick. It gives the glossy effect, like I've been eating a pork chop for lunch. But I can talk and it doesn't smack either, okay? So as long as I don't smack, we're good. Okay. Oh, I need to put one sec. Whoa. Line her up. Sorry, y'all. So look, I was in the kitchen and I found my granny chain that I got when I got my new readers last. Whoa, I still haven't gotten all the way used to these, but they come in handy when I'm trying to read. So I have a granny chain, and I thought that I could put my microphone on that and see how it works. Oh no, y'all. I think I'll just hold it for now because listen, I took everything in there to charge while I was making supper. I thought this thing may run out before I do once I get started. So I put it on the charger and now I forgot every single, let me slow down. I forgot every single piece of the components in there where I charge it. So I'll hold it for now. I may get up and stretch my legs and go get the little clip part, which is neat. Again, I don't know why I got white. I love everything black, but I think it's cool because you can clip it or not clip it. So anyway, it's rather well, it's Bob Barker style, so I do love it. Okay. So sorry about this. Okay, this brings me to my point. This brings me to my point. And look, the school bus just rolled up, y'all. My heart is listen, and that's my swatch and my heart going. But I love a school bus. I love it. Not necessarily being on one, but but yes, maybe I did. Um, I love a school bus and I love this time of year. But that brings me to my point. I have been so sick this past week, and it may be going on 2 weeks right now. Some of this is self-induced. I think I may have mentioned the Evian, and I was dying for one while I was in there working. Oh my gosh. It's the electrolytes, I'm convinced. So I will go out and get a bottle of Evian. I don't take Theraflu. I don't take really anything. I drink water and I sleep a lot. Drink a lot of water and I sleep a lot. I sleep when I'm tired. So, when I'm recuperating, okay? But the time is this brings me to my point. Okay. I've I have brain fog. I'm so not sharp right now upstairs. And so I want to say that everyone who has been battling what I have, I am so proud of you. Keep going, Owen. Keep going because it is so hard to just get up and get moving. And if it's anything like mine, when you get up and get moving, anything after that is going to feel like you've just done a leg workout. Maybe run a marathon. I haven't done that yet, but it is a struggle. It feels like I've really exerted myself and I just may run in there and grab the little thing to my mic. Okay. It feels like I've exerted myself. So I'm very proud of everyone that is making it to work, making it to school. I'm proud of you for getting up and putting one foot in front of the other, especially if you've been sick every day, but especially if you've been sick. It's back to school time, and I'm shaking my head. I have our youngest child is still in school, and it's such a wonderful, beautiful age. It's like when your toddler reaches 4. Oh, man, I love, love, love a 4-year-old. I I love 10th graders. It is such a special pocket of time, and you already know a little bit about the school, especially for our baby. She just moved here, and we're in a new state. So 10th grade, she knows a little bit now. She doesn't have to know everything yet. So, look, I'm rocking because it is such a sweet, special pocket of time right now. So, I'm really trying to bounce back. Let me take a sip too because I'm trying to just fake it. I really am trying to fake it, but my mouth is so dry. Can you tell if can you tell if I was drinking something hot or cold? No, it's totally water. It's cold. It's actually tepid. I like tepid water, but we play that game sometimes. It's really funny to us. So, is it hot or is it cold? And even better if you do it without a cup and you just really are making the face. Um, Scratch that part. That reminds me of Vinny doing the bunny dance the other night. I was binge watching dang Jersey Shore. I was binge watching Jersey Shore to feel better, and I certainly did. I felt better when I saw Vinny on a date doing the bunny dance. Oh my gosh. Their faces when he was doing the bunny dance. But it was funnier though that it was more funny. Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. He was playing patty cake. He was playing patty cake, and she was too, though. She was loving it. I, Durfee and I looked at each other. That is us, okay? So we sometimes play. Is it hot or cold? It's really just our acting skills, okay? So anyway, um, back to the subject. I don't know how anybody is getting up right now feeling like boo boo. I feel like boo boo, but it brings me to my next point. Okay, we are not going to do general ed today. I loved when I would go back to school or work and it was you're back, but you're not really back. This is not the hardest day ever. I'm not going to bring out my, well, I could bring out my dictionary if y'all want me to. Um, my granny chain is here. I could bring out my dictionary today, but I thought instead we could have show and tell. I love show and tell at school. I loved it. I love when the girls have it or had it. We have bigs and we have a 10th grader, so we don't have show and tell much anymore. Now listen, she may have a teacher or 2 left that says, "Let's have show and tell." I think it's such a fun way to get to know somebody. So, I have 2 items today. I have 2 items, and, I thought that I would share my tiger eye. Hold it like this. Can y'all see? Okay. So, this is a very, very special stone. I I have this because it's hard to even talk about. I hope you have a tiger eye. If you don't, please go get one because this is really a neat stone, and we will talk about that next time if you want to. If you want to, I love the energy field that I have when I'm with this stone in particular. This stone was with me and my dad on our last 2 visits. He passed away. I miss my big daddy. Um, he passed away, and we had this stone together in our hands for our last visits. And it brings me just such a source of comfort and courage. Okay, because I have not been feeling well, and it's hard to start a new job when you're not feeling well. You really don't want to take time off. I don't want to take time off right now. I just uploaded my first videos, which brings me to my other point, y'all. That may be reason number 2 that I am sick right now because sometimes I tend to make myself sick. I can make myself sick. I can make myself feel better too. This is positive energy, okay? Because I was very nervous. I was very anxious about putting my videos out. There's just something about it. And I love to make content, I love to do editing. There was something about getting on the computer and the drop downs and the ratios. See, I'm getting all quivery voiced right now thinking about it because I watch children. It makes me happy because I watch children just breeze through these computer technology sources, and it makes me yearn. It makes me eager. It makes me curious. I want to know these things. I want to know how to do these things. It is so much fun. I love YouTube. I have been trying to get on here for years. Um, my sisters have been encouraging me to get on YouTube, not only just to have a channel, but it's a source of knowledge. You watch everything. I've always been a seeker. I'm getting teary eyed. Okay, that's point 3. Actually, the reason the podcast today, the episode is about why I moved back to the country. I live in Alabama again. We just moved back, and it's all about the episode is why did we move here? Let me get a sip. So I am a seeker of knowledge. I love words. I have dictionaries. I love encyclopedias. I'll share my sets. I love all things encyclopedia and dictionary. And I used to walk to the library. I used to walk to the library, the Albert L. Scott Library. I used to walk there and read the encyclopedias, read the dictionaries. You remember you could not check out, maybe you still can't. I don't think you could check out encyclopedias. You cannot. So I remember walking all the way to the library. I'm squeezing this little microphone right now. I remember walking to the library to chase down those encyclopedias that are just so full. It's a wealth of knowledge. And it was just such fun reading material, and it still is. I'm going to go into the Albert L. Scott Library very soon, in fact, and I'll bring y'all with me because look, I've got Big Daddy here, this tiger's eye. It's part of my show and tell because, again, I love a segment that's not just reading the dictionaries and really getting down to look, what if we had a quiz today? Oh my goodness. What if we had a quiz today or an exam? And that would be rough right now. So keep your head up. Okay. Again, if you're sick, if you're going through what I am, oh, keep your head up. Stay hydrated and rest if you can. So, what was I talking? There's a school bus. Okay. So, what I was talking about is, oh, this brain fog. Okay. Oh, show and tell. I love show and tell. And so, my dad, my dad passed away, and this was during COVID, and we had already moved to Florida. It seems like ages ago, but it seems like yesterday. But that is one of the reasons that I moved back to Alabama. One of the reasons I moved back to Alabama is to be near my family. And look, I said family, I'll try family. It's my family. I moved back to be near my family. My family and Big Daddy. Big Daddy is buried at the Alabama National Cemetery, and he is just minutes away from me. It's 10 hours where we were in Florida by drive. But you can fly. It's a 3 hour portion of your day, maybe 5. But okay, so I am morphing two of my segments. I'm morphing show and tell and why we moved back to the country. But it's all intermingled. It's all intermingled. Okay. So, show and tell. This is my stone, and I reach for this when I need that little uptick of courage. Okay. So, we were in Florida, Bradenton, Florida, before we moved here to Helena, Alabama. I live in the country now, and it is just a couple miles. Couple, oh, that is very loud. I'm sorry. That was not my lip gloss or the mic. That was me. I smacked because look, down this road that I'm looking at right now in front of me, that is where my hometown is. It's literally 4 minutes from here, if that. So we moved here, and we've been in Florida for about four years before that. It was almost 4 years, and we still have a home there. We still have Bigs there. Our older children are still there, and I'll be going next week to see them, and I miss Florida. I miss it. So I'm gonna bring y'all along too. I cannot wait to go back. I am so excited. I'm so excited. Look, let me hold this and wet my whistle. I'm gonna sit Big Daddy down because look, this is the other part of show and tell. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece of art, and I'm going to read to you the back of it before I tell you the story. There's a sticker on the back. Okay, that's what I'm reading. It says the sun and planet mechanism was invented by James Watt in 1775 as a substitute for the more common crankshaft. The sun gear makes 2 revolutions for each orbit of the planet gear. Richard L. Campbell, 2002. I heard the door open. I started acting all weird all of a sudden. I'm sorry. I heard the door open, so I was going to pause so that I could cut right there and edit if I need to. But I probably looked all weird too. So that's what was happening is I was listening because the door was opening. But okay, so this is a handmade piece of art that was given to me by my neighbor in Florida. And when we first moved there, we, this seems like ages ago. Ugh, we had the bright idea. We decided to leave our South Carolina home on a private, bridgeless, I was trying to think of what it was. It was a bridgeless island. And that's what I meant by private. There was no bridge. There was no bridge to the other side. So we took a ferry or a water taxi, which was so James Bond kind of stuff. I will tell y'all all about that place on another episode. But we decided to leave that. This was just during COVID. We went to this island. It was right before COVID. So we began to live quarantined or on an island, so to speak. Literally, we were on an island and we, oh, sorry, let me hold this with this hand. We began that life even before COVID. So when we just up and decided to move to Florida, let me wet my whistle on this one because, again, well, I haven't told you this. I don't know how I talked not only my husband, but my children. My children, we up and left a bridgeless island in the low country called Defusky Island, South Carolina. We just moved. We had just moved there recently too. We made our Frexit from Alabama. Um, we decided to we decided let me shuck it down to the cob, but condensed version. That scares me to say anything condensed version. So I was a little bit tripping over my own words, but we we left Alabama. I fell ill with PTSD and we left Alabama and we went to a bridgeless island in South Carolina in the low country and began the healing process. And it worked. It worked because a few years later, we were ready to trade it all in. We traded it all in. We rode out in this little this little golf cart that was shaped like a truck. It seems like such a fake life, but it was in fact real. We rode out with all 3 of our Frenchies and all 3 of our daughters, and we made the it ended up being a 20-hour trip. It was supposed to be a 10-hour, I think, maybe 12, but we had 3 cars, 3 daughters, 3 Frenchies. I had a plant and it was a journey and we made it all the way to South Florida. And now look, I'm just rubbing my chest. I love it there. I love it there so much. I love it there. We moved to South Florida and it is 85 degrees there every day. I have to clear my throat, and that was me smacking again, not my lip gloss. It is whatever I'm sick with. It is in the back of my throat now. So gross. That is so nasty. But let me get to my points because I want to finish this episode. I've been trying to get my motor running for a few days. Again, I've been trying to get up and running for a few days and I've been sick. So hang on. We decided to move to Florida, not only to just enjoy the sunshine, but to be near the water. We we decided to flip houses. We started with a mid-century modern, and we chose this home off of the MLS, okay? We had never been to Bradenton. We had never It's really close to Sarasota, so that's where I'm flying to is SRQ. Flying to the SRQ. We love it there. Sarasota is amazing. They have everything there, and I'll bring y'all with me. I'm telling you, we're going to go see everything I love there. Everything. Let me stay on track. Okay? So, we we picked a house off of the MLS and it was in foreclosure. And so we just decided that we would I don't know how this part makes me sweat. Not the reno part. I would do that again, and hopefully I will be able to do that again in my life. Let me talk a little quieter on that subject. If my husband hears me, he would be shaking his head. No, 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 ma'am. But we did it. We decided to sell our home, take up a rental, and renovate a foreclosure. And then we were going to live in it forevermore. I had no plan, folks. I had no plan. So we rode into the sun with no plan, and we had our children with us in tow. So I had no worries. Seriously. Thank goodness because I'm grabbing my tiger eye. Oh, the journey began and we were doing a new job together, which I loved every second of it. It was terrifying. We had only watched it on TV. We had not even watched it on YouTube. We had only just watched HGTV and what else? Well, Martha Stewart is my guide. So not only did we watch it on HGTV, but I've been watching Martha Stewart since I was knee high to a grasshopper. Okay. I was a very new mom. She raised me up. Martha Stewart did. So, anyway, I forgot this brain fog. I forgot what I was talking about already. Um, oh, we wanted to flip a house, just real quick, flip a house. We were going to live just thick as thieves in this house. And we did for a bit. Oh, see, I don't, this is still so new, the renovation and the moving. And I could talk about literal my own childbirth before I can talk about the renovation process, okay? Because I'll show y'all the pictures of the after, okay? Nobody wants to hear the labor story. We just want to see the baby. But although we have noticed a trend in everything baby stories. I am here for it. I will turn it away from a renovation project. I don't want to see it. It is like dirty pictures to see to gag. I cannot even think about a renovation project, but I will sit and binge watch a 48-hour labor and delivery story. Okay, bring it. Keep making those stories, keep making the content, ladies, gents. I love the birth stories. labor and delivery, everything. I cannot get there yet on a reno project. I'll show y'all some pictures of the renovations that we did down there. And I say see, I added the S and it happened that fast too. We got one, we ended up getting another, we got another. It was just happening very fast. And here's a motorcycle driving by. Let me let it pass. I really hope that I'll have to hold the mic out here next time. I hope that picks up on screen or on audio. The motorcycles driving by. Okay, so we we flipped our first house, loved it, and oh, that brings me to show and tell. Back to I circle back to the gear. So we lived in a beautiful home. It was all one level. It still is. It's still down there. We sold it after we renovated it, and we lived in it for a bit. I love that area. And it is such a special time for us. It was a special place. Ugh, I'm tongue tied. I can't even talk about it in past tense. And it's not. I have one foot in Alabama and one foot in Florida. I'm I am here, but I am there. So we we'll be going back and forth. Y'all will come with me, okay? And listen, they have a swig that is just opened. It's just open. So I'm going to go to my first swig next week and I'm going to bring y'all along because I have seen this on YouTube and I love it. I love everything about it. And I'm going to experience it with my bigs and I will tell you what it's like. So, we moved to Bradenton, and our house was very close to, like, literally, I had a fence right here, and the neighbor's house was right there. And we had a little part of our porch that was, I call it my think tank. That's where I would go to meditate and think, start my day. During my day, I was there all day. I That's where I learned to be a gardener. Oh, listen, y'all. I know I said, oh, I found my clip. I found my clip. Okay, I said that I was not going to pull out my dictionary, but this might be loud. Hold on. Might be loud. Wait for it. Okay, I'm going to clip this to my granny chain and be hands free. If this works, y'all, did it? Can y'all hear me? See, now I want to hold it though. Okay. But I'm going to be hands free because I do want to pull out my dictionary. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to pull out this one. And if you remember, if y'all listened to my last episode, thank you. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. I'm trying not to bump my mic now. It means the world to me that you listened. And if you did listen to the last episode, I pulled out my Webster's Unafraid dictionary. And I was thumbing through this just the other day. And I want to read to you something. This had me laughing. Gardener, a worker who goes from daybreak to backbreak. Love of flowers and vegetables is not enough to make a man a good gardener. He must also hate weeds. First of all, we don't say the word hate in our house. Etta, 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 etta. I have to say it backwards 3 times. That is our standing rule. We do not use that word in our home. So if you hear me say etta, I hope you don't. I don't use that word either, but we say it 3 times backwards. Etta. It is a very strong word, and we didn't realize how many times we used that in our everyday language. And when we had the opportunity to live with our children, even as adults, we realized as a unit that we used that word way too much. So I challenge you, though, if you use that word in your home, maybe take it out of your vocabulary for a day just to see if you notice how often it is used. Okay? Not just in your home. I'm not saying in your home, but listen on TV, YouTube. We still have direct TV. I know I know that some people don't, but however you do listening, see if you can pick it out, because it is a very strong word when you're not using it anymore. So I challenge you, do not use that word, and then also listen how often it's used, and it's appalling. It's appalling. So Etta. But I thought that was hilarious. The part that was hilarious is, oh, see, now I see so many words I want to read. Oh, I'm in the wrong version. Okay, I was in F. Okay, gardener, a worker who goes from daybreak to backbreak. That's hilarious. But also, he must also edit weeds. It's it's one thing to love the flowers and the plants, but it's another to do the weeding. Okay, you got to do the weeding and the pruning, and that is the work, and it takes from daybreak to backbreak. And I was fortunate enough during our renovation projects to be in an area that is 85 degrees and holding. It is 85 degrees. It is such a perfect climate, not only for my mental health but for plants. And I will show you at some point how much I got into plants down there. They got into me. They are in my spirit. They are in me. I love plants. I love everything about plants. I love what they do for me and my community and my earth. I love plants. They're beautiful. And I raised plants. I propagated plants when I was down there, and they were a part of my everyday life. And I'll show you when we go down there my porch. My porch is so wonderful. Um, of the third house that we renovated down there, because that's the one that I still have. And that's where the other foot is in, one foot in and one foot out. I have one foot in Alabama and one foot in Florida. Florida. How do you say it? Florida, Florida. It's home. How do you say it? I say it's home, baby. It's home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. And oh, back to my show and tell. Okay. Show and tell. This is this is a beautiful handmade piece of art, and one day when I was outside in my think tank, this was right after Big Daddy had died, and I was in my think tank. I was gardening away, beautiful sunrises down there, and all was quiet in the neighborhood. I mean, just after daybreak. I took Helen to school already. I think it was very early. It was very early, and I was doing my thing. That was just the time that I did all of my rocking myself. Oh, I love mornings at the beach. It's beautiful. So everything was quiet, and all of a sudden, I heard help, help, and it was very faint, just like that. Help. I couldn't make out the voice, but I could make out those cries. It was a cry for help. So I stopped and put my hose pipe down. I listened as intently as I could, and I heard. exactly. It was coming from over the fence, but not inside the house. It was coming from out front. Clearly, it was a beacon. It was a beacon. I was drawn. I was compelled. The voice was for me. I heard the cry. Makes me sad. I heard my neighbor crying for help, and so I darted out of the gate and I went, and my neighbor, my precious neighbor, was on the ground. And I had never met him before, by the way. I lived next to him. I had already lived next to him. At that point, we were probably going on over a year at this point, a year. So I had not met him in person, but we were literally on the other side of the fence from each other. So I felt his energy, his his room where he sat every day, his think tank, by the way, I'm convinced of it. His think tank was right on the other side of mine. I was outside all day, every day, from daybreak to back break. I was outside all day, every day. I felt so much better outside. I still feel better outside. I love sunlight. And it is good here, y'all. It is good in Alabama. I'm sorry, I'm getting all tuned up. Being sick and being emotional is just one of those things. And look, I pushed on one side and just out popped the tears. But this is an emotional subject, okay? So my dear precious neighbor was on the ground. He was on the ground, and I could see immediately. I scanned the area. What happened? Did somebody hurt him? We were safe. I saw the hose. He had been watering his plants, and he tripped over the hose, and he landed on the ground, and I saw blood on the back of his head. And I'm sorry, this is a little bit gory, but not very. It was just on, it was an abrasion, contusion, and he had something on the back of his head. But it was very concerning because it was also, his head had struck a garden. It was one of those little curved, what do you call that? Oh, my hand is sweaty. Oh my goodness. That story. I had never been in that experience, been in that situation or experience before, but I'm very fortunate to have been in that situation. I could hear him and I saw that he struck his head. And so I picked his head up off the ground. What is that thing? A weed. It's an edger. It's a little thing that you do the edge of the plant garden bed. And he he struck his head on that. And so we I knocked on the door. I knew his wife was inside. Their car was home. I don't think I had my phone on me. I cannot remember. I can't remember. I knocked on the door and then picked his head up. My husband came, Durfee, Fred. That's Fred backwards, Durf. It's Durfee. I know I've mentioned that several times, Durfee, but it's Freddie, but backwards. Durfee. Fred. Yes. Durf. Durf, but backwards. We did a complete, we were different people when we started our renovation projects. We became different people. We started a job that was one of the hardest things to date that we've done together. We were very fortunate to do this together. So we just are, we were just different people immediately when we started these projects. So he just always, we were laughing about it, going by his name backwards. So, okay. So back to, he came across from our home and we called 911, and I held my neighbor's head until the 911 got there. And it took forever, y'all. It took forever. I was so upset. It took a very long time. I don't know how many minutes. It was a long time. We called back and called back. And my neighbor, Richard Campbell, was literally in my arms, in my hands. And it was right after Big Daddy passed away. It was right after. And I know, I'm not going to sit that on the edge, is what I know. I know that I morphed that experience. I morphed Big Daddy. I did. I was holding a grown man in my hands. His hair was beautiful, y'all. It was white. The sun was shining down. I felt very fortunate that I could be with him and help him feel safe enough until the real help came, okay? Because he could have been in a worse situation, a lot worse situation. I just am very glad that things were okay. I heard him cry out for help, and I went to him, and we had a moment together, and I was able to make him feel safe, I think is what happened, enough until somebody came. The 911 came. Look, a little Subaru is driving by. They had a Subaru. Lois, her name is Lois, his wife, and the 911 came and they rescued him. And then a few days later, I'm going to read you. Lois brought over, she knocked on our door, and she brought this beautiful piece of art and a card. And I'm going to read it to you. This says the Welleses. Look how cute. Okay. It says, "Thank you. Your thoughtfulness means so very much. Thanks for coming to my rescue, Dick." And look, I'm going to show y'all. This is Dick with a big D, okay? That is Dick with a big D, folks, because this was the coolest thing. Not only the artwork that he brought to me and my family, but the experience of being called upon and being able to be there in that moment. It was just very, very moving for me. It was, it was moving literally. I get choked up. So every day I turn this gear. When I did read my dictionary the other day after my first episode, I was hung up. I read it for I don't know how long afterwards, but I just kept turning the pages because you can literally see more words than, I mean, it's a whole conversation, but I saw the word gear. I turned to the word gear in my dictionary, and I thought of my neighbor because, oh, y'all, to put one foot in front of the other, it is forward motion. It is forward motion just as a gear is. And I challenge you when things are tough, and I look, okay, I made myself, this was reason number two. Okay, number one, I made myself sick from giving up Evian. Number two, I posted my videos and I made myself sick. I was so nervous. I don't know what I thought was about to happen. I don't know, but I made myself have physiological symptoms of my anxiety. So not only were my electrolytes low, I made my own self sick from nerves. So I got my tiger's eye out. And then look, being sick and trying to get going is even worse than just trying to get going. Oh my gosh. I couldn't get going. I tried to take a shower one night and wow, I felt ill for about 24 hours after that. So, okay. So I made myself sick. I posted on YouTube. Thank y'all for watching. Anything that you have watched so far, thank you for watching. So, yeah, I made myself sick and I had a rough week. So back up and at 'em. And I hope that you are too. I want you to put one foot in front of the other. I am. I'm just going to turn the gear. I'm going to forward motion until I feel better. It's been a rough week. So, this episode, though, is back full circle. I hope. I'm sorry. It's taken me a long time to say, why did we move to the country? Oh, that was show and tell. Okay, so the first segment is I did pull out the dictionary, pulled out the dictionary, and we had show and tell. So I have my gear and I have my tiger eye because it has been a very difficult week to just keep going. But we moved to the country, we moved to my hometown, we moved to Alabama because our little, our littlest, she's not the little anymore. She is 15. She just got her driver's permit. I'm in the prayer position. Oh my goodness. Yes, these are all great things. I'm sweating. I am teaching our baby how to drive. She is an excellent driver, y'all. I am fortunate enough to be able to teach our third baby how to drive on Alabama roads. That is why we moved back to the country. There is no way that I would have, my stomach's growling. Okay, sorry if y'all heard that. There is no way that I would have been able to teach our smallest baby how to drive in Florida. Wow, it is it is so fast down there. So we moved back to the country for the schools. She's in high school. She started high school. She's in 10th grade and you know, she is teaching me how to YouTube. I appreciate everything that she has taught me so far. She is a computer whiz. She's a whiz at everything. Okay, so she has taught me how to YouTube and post my videos, and I'm teaching her how to drive. So the student teaches the teacher, and the teachers are teaching the students. So I love back to school time, and this is why we moved here. It is so that she can enjoy the country life. And it is a slower pace. And it has taken me, look, y'all, I act like we just moved here, but in many ways it feels as if I did. But we have been here for a year. We've been here for a year, and I'm just now getting my routine in a way but I like it. I've structured my routine very similar to my routine in Florida, and it is a well oiled machine. Okay. It is well oiled. So I will bring y'all along. And I didn't even bother to see, let's see, I don't know what time I started back. Okay. It is probably about that time. And so after our show and tell, my tiger's eye, stone, and my gear was my show and tell. And the reason that we moved here is because our daughter is growing up, y'all. She is growing up fast, and we are in high school here. I say we because, yes, go Huskies. I'm going to get to a football game this year. I cannot wait. I love Alabama football season. I love it. I love it all. We were out of it. Look, in South Florida, it is Tampa, baby. It is Tampa. It is not Friday night football. It could be. It could have been. I don't know. But I was out of the game for a while. I did not watch football like we did when we lived here in Alabama. So I know it is frightening to even say that because Saturday is football. Okay. Saturday is football. Friday night is football. I love all of it. So we are very excited to live in the country again. And look, though, I'm going to be straight. I've already said I'm going back to Florida because let me pull out my demonstrative aids. Look, my two favorite things in Florida, the ballet and the opera. Other than my bigs, let me say my bigs are my favorite. I'm going for them. I'm going next week. Oh, I just tapped the mic. Sorry. Okay, I am going to see the bigs next week, and we're going to go over our cookie lineup for the holiday season. We're going to come up with our Thanksgiving menu and housewarming party for Audrey. And I'm going to swig. I'm going to hot yoga. I'm going to a sound bath. I'm doing it. I'm going to the beach. I don't know. It's probably rainy every day that when I go down there. If it is, it's okay. This is jingling. I can't do that. I have to either hold it or let it hang. So, this, my friends, this is the calendar for the, look at this. This is the 2025-2026 season. This is the Sarasota Ballet Company, and this is my favorite thing, and especially when it's performed at the Sarasota Opera House. This is my favorite thing. The Sarasota Opera House, I had never been to an opera, and the only ballet that I'd been to is the Nutcracker. And so when I was in Florida, I took the time. There was a whole year that I call it my year of personal growth and self-development. I went to the opera, I went to the theater, and I went to the ballet. And I had to do a little research and figure out what's it all about because I had only been to the Nutcracker. I'd never been to an opera, and the theater we had. I've been to the theater, but not all the time. And I love it. I love it. Oslo, Sarasota Ballet, and the Sarasota Opera House. So I'll bring y'all along. And yeah, I will tell y'all all about that. I can't wait to share about it. So, anyway, listen, I'm going to sign off for here, but we are in the country. I've got one clodhopper in Florida and one clodhopper in the country. Okay. And I have finally, a year later, I've gotten my routine down. I felt ill. Oh my gosh. I had such high hopes, y'all. The getting ready with me, throwing open the sash. Okay, I'll be doing that though. I'm going to do a get ready with me. I'm going to do a day in the life, a week in the life. That's a vlog. Okay, so welcome to it. I cannot wait to bring you along. Um, I'll cook with y'all. Mama Wells loves to cook. I love to cook. Okay, so I will sign off here. And again, thank you so much. My nose is running. Okay, sorry. Signing off here. But again, thank you so much if you did listen to anything that I've posted. And please, please, please subscribe so that you can keep listening because I value you. I really appreciate you. And I hope that you continue to listen and I hope that you subscribe and like. Okay, thank you.